Yeah, I mean, look, if you give up 5 innings and no runs, that exceeds expectations, every day for sure. So he was magnificent, and he got into a couple jams, not with kind of 2-out jams really, where he had to make big pitches, and as he got into those jams, he made great pitches to Story, to Arenado. And those were his best at bats. Got strikeouts in both scenarios there to 2 very good hitters. So, you're very pleased. I mean, short rest, 5 innings. That's exactly what we needed and wanted.
Right in the middle.
Craig, obviously, Christian has gotten a lot of the headlines lately, but how much was this win sort of an example of how deep your group is with Kratz and Hernan, Perez, and Chacin, and all the people that kind of stepped up for you guys along the way today?
Yeah, it's been the story of the last 6 weeks for us for sure. Is really since the trade deadline, is we've become a team with a lot of depth, and that's how we're going to have to win. They're making an effort to be very, very cautious with Yelich. It's pretty clear, and so guys behind him are going to have opportunities. And tonight, we got a couple of things going, and Moose took advantage of one, and Hernan got a rally going, and then Kratz eventually got obviously the kind of the big hit to break it open a little bit, if that's what you call 4-0, I guess.
The opportunity the inning before, first and third, nobody out, and it just those tack-on runs were tough to come by, and runners in scoring position.
Yeah,
is that an important step to see kind of corrected, or
Well, yeah, I mean it's very simple. I mean that's we're getting the guys are punching out with in those spots, and Oberg is a good pitcher, and they had an inning very similar to us the inning before with Soria, where Soria the guy on third and nobody out, and Soria strikes 2 guys out, and Josh gets the final out. So there's some good pitchers throwing pretty good stuff in those innings, and contact has been a problem in those spots for sure. And in the ninth, we broke through a little bit, and some guys had some good at bats. But this is what you expect. You're going to get tough matchups. You're going to get relievers with strikeout stuff. And we're seeing the value of that. We're doing a good job putting pressure on. We did a good job today, specifically putting pressure on these guys, and we finally cashed in the eighth.
Right in the back.
You had Granderson in the on-deck circle, and then eventually you went with Scope. Were you trying to think one step ahead, or what was the reasoning behind pulling Granderson back?
Well, that was, it was either Granderson against the lefty or Scope versus Oberg. So that I chose Scope versus Oberg.
Richard?
You went right back to Jeffress after he had one of those nights that relievers have.
Yeah.
What's your confidence level in him? What's your relationship with him? What have you learned about? It's obviously a pretty tough kid to go back out there like that.
Yeah, I mean, we asked more tonight, with 2 innings. So, it was just the way that, before the series, I'd said that this is a rested guy that we're going to need to carry a heavy load this series. And the way the game played out, I thought he was capable of 2 innings tonight. Yesterday was not, part of the equation for me. This is a guy he's an all-star. He's been one of the dominant relievers in this league this year. So there's no hesitation at all. He is a guy that we'll continue to count on and are going to need to make a really good run. So, I'm proud of him. It's, you get thrown right back in the fire after game 1 of the playoffs where you give up some runs, and you got to have a little fortitude and knowing that you got 6 outs to get, and that's not easy. I'm proud of him for handling it well and doing a nice job.
Over on the left.
Craig, so that being said, you had Broxton on the on-deck circle in the 8th. Was that just gamesmanship, or did you have intentions of...
Yeah, it didn't, because the bases were loaded, it was kind of irrelevant, to be honest with you. But, it was never going to... if Kratz maybe did something like a home run, maybe we might have gone to junior.
Over here on the right.
Craig, that's 2 nights in a row that Moose has come up with a big hit. How much of a, luxury is it to have a guy like that? And when you've been through this in the playoffs, how much easier does it make it to deliver in a situation like that?
Yeah, well, Moose is swinging the bat well, I think, first of all. He had a couple good at-bats tonight. And I think, tonight he was kind of the guy that got the matchups, actually, in the game. So, but his experience, it's important. It really is. I think, you use it. And the feelings that, I was talking to Hernan before the game about, making sure we stay in the process and making sure we, don't put the result ahead of the process in our at-bats. And I think Moose is doing a heck of a job of that.
On the way in the back.
Craig, what made the bottom of the lineup so successful? They had 8 hits, 5 through 8 hitters had 8 hits, I believe, and they scored all your runs. So what made them so successful?
Well, yeah, they had, it's a really great thing, and I think that points to the depth of our team. Guys like Hernan and Travis, who normally is since we've added these guys hasn't started against left-handed pitching, but I thought he had a chance to make a contribution against Anderson, and he did. So those guys set the tone, man. They did a nice job, and that was pressure, for those guys. The bottom of the lineup putting pressure on the other team is going to spell good things for us.
Tom?
Craig, you had a bullpen day yesterday, then you had to piece together 4 innings behind Jhoulys today. That's a very good offensive team, and you've held them to 2 runs in 19 innings.
Yeah.
What does that say about your pitching group?
Well, yeah, I mean, the story of the series so far is how we've pitched, and we've continued to make pitches. Corey Knebel had another great outing, really, really solid. Joaquin gives up a little infield hit, and then 2 big strikeouts. Where you need strikeouts. So we're, it's coming together nicely, and it's because these guys are pitching well and covering outs, and in both cases, Brandon yesterday getting 9 outs and Jhoulys getting 15 outs. That's what sets up our bullpen to be able to be effective, and to be able to, what we feel like reasonably finish the game. So the pitching has worked together as a team, as outgetters, and done a wonderful job.
If I could just follow, what about using Hader back-to-back? Because you haven't done that very often this year. They had, we got him up, and I think the fact that we had him up probably made Holiday the hitter instead of a lefty against Soria, and so that it was almost like Josh got us some help for the 9 hole as well, and then at that point you're up 1-0, and we're saying that, all right, it's 1 hitter, Josh. You got 1 hitter tonight. That's all you're going to have to do, and I thought he was capable of doing that, and he did a nice job.
Last one over here on the left.
Craig, when you first acquired Erik Kratz, I'm curious if you envisioned him sort of rising into this co-starter role, and maybe if there was a point in the season where it became clear that he was, that he was that guy and he'd be in position to do what he did tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I think we acquired Erik as an important kind of, it was probably more as a backup for sure. But he has acquitted himself so well through the course of the season that he's earned playing time, and it's because of the way he's caught. He's provided value offensively, but most importantly, he's done a wonderful job behind the plate, working with our pitchers, understanding the game plan, and does a really nice job receiving as well.
I feel fine. The first inning, I got a little bit out of rhythm, with Gonzalez, but I made pitches when I have to make it, and I'm really happy that I got 5 innings with the with whooping game yesterday. I really want to go as deep as I can, and just happy that I couldn't help the team today.
Any other questions? Anyone? Over to the left.
Hernan, did you feel like you were in a drought at the plate? Because I think it's been since August since you drove in a run. Did you feel like you were scuffling at all? And I'm sure it felt. I mean, how did it feel to break through with a big hit tonight?
Yeah, at the end of the season, I feel a little rushed. I was chasing too many pitches. From last night, I feel great at the play. Today, I was a little bit more patient at the play, and I got good pitches to hit.
Over here on the right, Tom.
Jhoulys, we've talked to you several times this year about the outside world saying, "Oh, the Brewers don't have enough pitching." Right? You've heard how many times have you heard that? A lot, right? Now, 2 games, you've given up 2 runs in 19 innings. Your pitching staff. What do you think about your pitching right now and what you've done?
Like I said before, we always believe in ourselves. We never care whatever people say outside the clubhouse, and for us, it doesn't matter who's pitching in the game. We just always rooting for the guy. We know that he can do the job. And today was a sample. Yesterday and today was a sample. Like they are really good hitting team. They're really they're pitching well too, but they're really good hitters. And we making good pitching to them. And whenever they had running on bases, I think that's the most important thing. We're making pitches to get them out, and you can have the sample today in the 7 with the running on third with nobody out, and so they used 2 strikeouts there, and they had it just he got the land right there, but we just always trying to make pitches, trying to get the guys out, and the bullpen just doing what they've been doing the whole year.
All right, in the back.
You've used your slider just way more over the past few years, and you use it inside, outside. And it's been an incredibly successful pitch for you. I was just wondering if there was some sort of conscious decision to start using it a lot more, or did you just have success and you just didn't stop?
Well, actually, happened last year with San Diego. When I signed with them, the first thing they told me that it was just to use my slider more to lefties. Because lefties, I say that's the hitters that I got more trouble, and they say that I didn't throw much to lefty my slider, and the little that I used to throw, I get it out. So I was started doing last year. I started working out a lot in spring training, backwards and back foot, and I got good year last year, and didn't change anything from this year. Actually, I was trying just to get another pitch with my change or split it. But still like you said, I use more of my slider than anything else, and just having success. So I'm not gonna change, for that.
Right here.
For either of you guys, Christian's gotten a lot of the headlines over the last couple of weeks for his strong finish. But was this sort of an example that you guys are much more than just him as a player with all the contributions from up and down your roster you guys got today?
Yeah, I think, like you said, Chris has been the guy from the All-Star to right now. And that's the success we have all year. Every day somebody different. One day can be Jhoulys, can be Lolo, or whatever guy have to be the guy that night.
All the way in the back.
Jhoulys, you went 5 innings strong today, but when you have a bullpen like you guys do, how much does that help your mindset, knowing if I do get in a jam, I know someone's there to back me up, and how did that help you go 5 strong today?
Yeah, they've been doing this the whole year. They doesn't matter what inning they got in, they just got the job done, and they just did it again today. They've been doing, like I said, the whole season, and I never worry about whatever happened after I pitch, because I know the guys just come in and do the job. And good example, just JJ. Yesterday, he gave out 2 runs that tied the game, but he also just minimized the damage in there. And then today, just throw 2 good innings, and you can see how we feel about our guys. Like I said again, we just believe in what we have here. We believe in ourselves, and we always. We always have the confidence whoever is hitting or pitching they're gonna do the job.
All right, last one in the middle.
Jhoulys, considering your familiarity with the Rockies, are you surprised at how well the team's been able to neutralize their lineup in these first 2 games?
Well, like I say, they're a really good lineup. They're really good hitters, and I know because I play with a lot of them, and I feel like that we just making, like I said before, making pitches, making then chase, and don't leave too many pitches on the play. And today for me, I was battling a lot with my follow command, but when I got running on bases, or when I got somebody that to right rum, just make good pitches, and we got it out of it. And like I said, for the bullpen too, they got the 7, we run on third, nobody out, and they just make pitches and we get out of it.
It felt great. It just shows the confidence that the team, the manager, all the coaches, the players have in me. But you got to have a short-term memory in that bullpen, especially with these high-leverage games. Like I said, you got to have a short-term memory, and the next day just have a different game plan and go right out.
Richard in the middle.
Jeremy, what are these I know every reliever's had bad games, but what have the last 24 hours been like for you? They say good relievers have short memories. I guess that's what you're talking about, right?
Yeah. I mean, these games are very important, each and every one of them. And you said we got to have those short-term memories to go back out and be ourselves, and just attack guys and play the game that we know how to play and have fun. These games are fun. You can tell the crowds are just going crazy each and every inning, each and every pitch, and like we just got to continue to play our game.
Right here.
Erik, just want to know, was that 2-run single the biggest hit of your life? And just in general, what has been being in the postseason been like for you at this stage in your career after all the organizations you've been with and teams you've been with?
I hit a homer in the AAA playoffs one time. That was pretty cool. Yeah, it's the biggest hit. Just like the strikeout the time before was the biggest strikeout of my career. So that's what this moment is, and it's something that is. I feel like it is an incredible opportunity to be here. I don't think anybody loses that fact. I don't think anybody says I have to be here or, oh, you've gone through so much. No, to play in this game in May is a blessing, and to play in this game on October the 6th, I think, or 5th, whatever it is a blessing. And so it's seeing the fans the way they are, seeing JJ come back out after, giving up 2 runs last night and throwing 2 innings tonight and picking the boys up. It's the best. That's the playoffs. I love it.
Back to Richard.
For both of you, Jeremy, for you, that your manager, you knew he had confidence in you, but he would hand you the ball and say, go get me 6 outs. What's that like for you? And what was that, the fist pump at the end? What were the emotions running through you there?
I mean, it was great. The confidence, I can't put it into words, the confidence that Counsell has, for me. And, I'm gracious, and to see those 2 outs, those 2 innings, in front of me, just gave me, even more confidence to know I got a lot of work to do, and I can go out there and be myself, do what I got to do. And that fist pump is to show you the passion that that I have for this game. It's fun. I'm enjoying every single moment, and that shows.
What's it like to catch a guy that's got that many weapons, high level at weapons?
Easy. It really is. I mean, you go to him in the 8th inning and he's got 2. I was just hoping I could get a hit so I could see him hit. It was pretty good swing. He's athletic.
He's confident, man.
Yeah.
All right, right back in the middle.
Jeremy, if you don't mind, who is your press conference guest today, and what does it mean to share this experience with her and the rest of your family?
Can you tell me your name?
My name is Jeffress.
Jeffress. This is my daughter, 4-year-old daughter. 4, yes. Inspiration. Every time I leave that bullpen, I say it's for her, and I mean, to have her watch and understand. She understands. She does fist pumps just like I do. She understands, and like I said, to have her here and enjoying this moment with me is great.
Anything else? Oh, in the back.
Kratz, the bottom of the lineup was raking today. 8 hits from the 5 through 8 hitters. What made you guys so successful in the bottom of the lineup?
Just putting together good at-bats. I mean, it wasn't, we weren't necessarily getting a hit every time up. We weren't necessarily getting a job done every time. It was something that even the at-bats that we had that were unsuccessful results, we were wearing the pitcher down, and we did a really good job. Led by HP, led by Moose, led by the guys. Really, that big at bat in that one inning was Jesus. That walk, it was 8-9 pitch at bat, and that's what the bullpen guys do. That's what we do in the lineup. They feed off each other, and you pass the baton to the next guy, and it's something that you can't, the at bat I struck out is something that, maybe I need to take that walk there to pass it on to the next guy. But, the next guy's always, that's just what we've done all year. We pick each other up, and it's huge. It doesn't matter from 5 through 8 or 1 through 4 or, somebody getting an MVP award.
Over here on the left.
Erik, we've asked you about this before. I know you don't want to discount your past playoff experiences, even if you didn't get in the game. Was there, with the Royals or Phillies, was there even ever a chance that you might get a pinch hit or anything? And then to see your name in the starting lineup, was there any added measure of, relaxation or relief knowing that this was definitely going to happen for you? You were definitely going to get in the game?
Well, with the Phillies and the Yankees, I was not on the active roster. Made the games really nervous because if anything happened, it was like, wait a minute, now I'm on the active roster. But the Royals, there was probably about 9 times throughout that playoffs that had Salvi gotten on base, we would have pinch ran Terrence Gore, and I would have been in the game, including 9th inning of Game 7 with what would have been a tie ball game. And one thing that I always took from those 9 or 10 times that it happened was the sense of calmness that I felt when there's a good chance I'm getting in this game. It was like I was nervous because I'm watching my guys, I can't do anything about it, and the sense of calmness that I'm getting in this game, it gave me satisfaction that my preparation was there. So then today's game, I think the energy in the stadium was better than any game I've ever played in, obviously. But, we've been playing meaningful games that have had your heart racing since probably September 10th or whenever we were in Chicago. So it's something that it's prepared us for it, and it really was just a different game, different day, but we played it the same way we always have.